In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the dinosaur Utahraptor and giving you as much of the information that I was able to find on it. Utahraptor's full name is Utahraptor Ostrommaysi, which means Utah's raider in honor of Ostrom. Ostrom for John Ostrom, who was an American paleontologist who completely changed the way that we view dinosaurs regarding their relationship with birds. So he's the first to draw connections between the smaller raptors like Velociraptor and modern-day birds. Utahraptor lived in the early Cretaceous period from about 135 to 130 million years ago. Utahraptor is the largest in the Dromeasaur family. The Dromeasaurs are basically just the raptor family. So Velociraptor, Dakotaraptor, Dromaeosaurus, and Utahraptor are all members of that same family. Utahraptor was the largest. It was about 6 feet tall and 20 feet long. It was normally about 1,100 pounds, but it could get up to 1,700. When you compare raptor skulls, Utahraptor's head is much more box-like and more heavily built as opposed to like Velociraptor or Dromaeosaurus. We'll get into why that is a little bit later, but it boils down to basically their hunting strategy. So the head was full of serrated teeth, and of course, it being a raptor meant it had the sickle claw, which it would have used to deliver the final blow. Interestingly, though, Utahraptor's legs were much stronger than most of the raptors, which would give it more slashing ability, and it could put more power into that claw. Utahraptor's lower center of mass also aided it in striking its prey more strongly. Now, believe it or not, Utahraptor lived in Utah. It has only been discovered there, but it would have most likely lived throughout that whole Rocky Mountain region. Keep in mind, this is the Cretaceous period, and even though it's early, still the center of the U.S. is a shallow ocean. So that whole Tornado Alley, going from Texas and Louisiana all the way up to Canada, is a shallow ocean. Utahraptor did not live in those areas. Its preferred habitat would have been a sparse forest environment or grassy plains, basically these big open areas, as dense forest wouldn't have aided it much, plus the prey that it hunted didn't tend to live in dense forest, but it would have lived along the shoreline by the Rocky Mountains. There were numerous different dinosaurs and different animal species that lived in Utahraptor's environment. This included multiple members of the Dinosaur family, part of the Iguanodon family, several sauropods whose ancestor was Brachiosaurus, as well as a proto-box turtle species. There was also one of the earliest ankylosaur species, which is Gastonia, which was a small, proto-ankylosaurus, as well as an identified species of crocodile, which we at least know was in the same family as Caprosuchus. Now, we know that the majority of dinosaurs in the raptor family were social pack hunters. However, we're not sure about that for Utahraptor. We do know that Utahraptor was an ambush predator. So it would have hunted similar to lions, as in trying to sneak up on its prey and then run up to it and try to overpower it, opposed to how most raptors, the smaller raptors, would have hunted more like wolves, trying to scare the prey, either have it die from blood loss or exhaustion, but not getting too close because their lighter builds mean if, for example, say a velociraptor is hunting a protoceratops. If the protoceratops can get close to it, it could kill the velociraptor because the prey is more heavily built than the raptors are. However, Utahraptor has stronger bones and is larger than most of the raptors, meaning it can tussle with its prey a little bit better than another raptor would be able to. But we're not sure whether Utahraptor was a solitary hunter or whether or not it was a pack hunter. We do know, again, that it was a heavier build. Its skull was stronger, as well as its sickle claw. Utahraptor's diet would have been practically every other dinosaur that it lived with in its environment. This included the sauropods, as well as the ankylosaur Gastonia, and regardless whether it hunted in packs or not, it was definitely the apex predator of its environment. No other carnivore comes close to it. The biggest, I believe, was half Utahraptor's size, which would have been no problem for it to take out. And again, that's assuming they didn't hunt in packs. The first fossils of Utahraptor were first discovered in 1975 by Jim Jensen in the Dalton Wells Quarry in Utah. It didn't actually receive much attention until 1991, when a large claw was found. Now, originally, the species was going to be named Utahraptor spielbergi, after film director Steven Spielberg. However, that would have been in exchange for him giving money to aid the research of the dinosaur, but no agreement was made, so instead it was named after John Ostrom. The fossils have been found exclusively in Utah, the most famous of which being a 9-ton block of fossilized quicksand. Now, this fossilized quicksand has at least 7 adults and 4 juveniles and hatchlings, although some new studies may show that there are actually twice that number of dinosaurs, as well as an individual iguanodon. So how this would have happened is, if anyone's been to the La Brea tar pits in downtown Los Angeles, you'll know, the herbivores go to try to drink water, either that's by the tar or in this case it's quicksand. The herbivores get stuck, and that then attracts the carnivores, which try to kill or eat the body of the iguanodon, and then they get stuck as well. I think the fact that there are juveniles and hatchlings there would suggest that Utahraptor did hunt in packs, because you can't really imagine the small hatchlings being by themselves and going up to this area where there are multiple adult Utahraptors hanging around. In 2018, it was proposed by a 10-year-old elementary school student that Utahraptor become the state dinosaur, which was originally the plan. However, the state dinosaur is actually Allosaurus, so instead, the Utah State House decided to make Utahraptor the official state fossil. And in 2021, the proposal for Utahraptor State Park, which is that same area where that block of quicksand was discovered, was approved by the Utah State House. If you made it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, as that would really help me out. I'm going to keep making these videos, and if you have any questions about this dinosaur or any others, or suggestions for new videos for me to make, please leave that below in the comments, and I will answer that as best I can. Have a good day.